They say you need thousands of dollars, a business plan, and probably a loan from your parents to start a real company. Yeah, that was true. In 1982. It is February 2026. You can launch a legitimate, scalable, money-printing business this week with less than $500 in your pocket. Not a side hustle. Not a passion project. An actual business that pays real bills and replaces real income. I've pulled the latest data from 2025 and 2026 to find 20 opportunities that actually work right now. Local services that pay cash today, creative goods that sell themselves on TikTok, and AI-adjacent roles that most people don't even know exist yet. Some of these you can start in the next hour. Some require a weekend of learning. All of them require less than $500. Here we go. Let's be real for a second. When you hear start a business, your brain probably goes straight to massive loans, office space, and a pile of risk. But here's the truth in 2026. You can launch a real, scalable business for under $500. Not just a side hustle, a legitimate venture. And based on current data, the most viable opportunities fall into two camps. First, service-based businesses where you monetize what you already know, with near zero overhead. And second, niche product businesses that use lean e-commerce models to generate high margins without ever touching inventory. So let's walk through the top 5 opportunities you can start right now. In the service corner, freelance content creation is wide open. Yes, AI is everywhere, but businesses are realizing that AI can't do emotionally resonant, original writing, or authentic user-generated content. That's where you come in. You can start for $0, use a free portfolio site, or invest a couple hundred in a simple website. Experienced freelancers are pulling in $10,000 a month or more. One guy made over $1 million on Fiverr alone just writing Amazon product descriptions. Then there's virtual assistants, but not the old-school data entry version. Today, virtual assistants who specialize, think real estate, e-commerce bookkeeping, or even AI workflow setup, are commanding serious premiums. One virtual assistant went from $30 an hour to $300 per strategy session just by niching down. Startup cost: under $500, assuming you already have a laptop. And earnings typically land between $1,500 and $7,000 a month. Coaching is another low-cost entry point. With massive AI-driven job displacement, there's a huge demand for humans who've successfully navigated a career shift, learned a high-income skill, or mastered a specific platform. AI can give information, but it can't offer accountability or emotional support. You can coach from your laptop with nothing more than LinkedIn and Zoom. Now on the product side, niche print on demand is where creativity meets zero inventory risk. Forget generic t-shirts. Success in 2026 is about hyper-specific audiences. Think Shiba Inu moms or CrossFit teachers. You design, a partner like Printful or Printify prints and ships. Startup costs run $50 to $500 for samples and a store theme. And you're entering a market projected to hit nearly $38 billion by 2030. Digital products are arguably the highest margin business you can start. We are talking mini courses, resume template packs, or even AI prompt bundles for tools like Midjourney. Profit margins sit between 70% and 90% because you create it once and sell it forever. One creator made $150,000 from a single course on Teachable. You can launch for under $100. And if you want to sell physical goods, data shows certain low-cost items are exploding right now. Ergonomic desk tools for neurodivergent users, tactile mouse pads, silent pens, weighted lap pads, carry margins over 71%. Reusable silicone food storage, modular and stackable, is pulling 68% margins. Biodegradable pet waste bags, provided they meet compost certification, are at 74%. Modular herb garden kits for small apartments? 69%. The hack here is pre-sales. Order a small batch, sell through Instagram or a simple card site, and use the revenue to fund your next order. So how do you actually launch any of this on a sub-$500 budget? It comes down to execution, not investment. First, validate before you build. Do not start with a website. Use a minimum viable product approach. List your service on Upwork, throw up an Etsy listing, and see if people actually click buy. Second, handle legal and administration. An LLC isn't always required immediately, but it protects your assets and formation costs vary by state. An EIN is free. Third, your tech stack can be incredibly lean. Shopify Basic runs $39 a month, Card is $19 a year for pre-sales, Canva is free, and Google Workspace is $6 a month. Fourth, if you're sourcing physical products, use Alibaba verified suppliers and always order samples before committing to bulk. If you need money this week, start freelancing or virtual assisting. If you have a creative eye, go niche print on demand. If you want passive, high-margin income, create a digital product. Every single one of these can be tested for under $500. And if any of these models actually sound like you, tell me what you're already good at: writing, organizing, design, a random hobby, and I'll help you build a personalized action plan. Now, let's go even deeper. Because $500 isn't just enough for the big five, it can actually unlock over a dozen completely different business models. These fall into four main buckets: local services that pay you the same day, creative physical goods with serious margins, adjacent roles that are future-proofing entire industries, and low-capital e-commerce plays that rely more on timing than cash. Let's start with local services. These require zero e-commerce experience and pay you in cash, often immediately. Mobile car detailing, for example, can be launched for as little as $500 with basic supplies like buckets, microfiber towels, and a wet-dry vac. The average detailer earns nearly $68,000 a year, and top earners clear $147,000. 64% of Americans now consider vehicle cleanliness essential, and the market is growing over 5% annually. A smart add-on: headlight restoration. $40 profit for about $2 in materials. Then there's pet sitting and dog walking. Startup costs are under $100, just leashes, waste bags, and a rover listing. Full-time walkers bring in between $21,000 and $44,000 a year, and the US pet industry hit $157 billion in 2025. The hack: once you have 10 regular clients, go off app and keep that 20% commission for yourself. Residential cleaning is another winner. Cleanliness has remained in the spotlight post-pandemic, and it's a recession-resistant essential. You can start for under $1,000, but the real money is in niching down. ADHD-friendly home organization or post-renovation deep cleans let you charge premium rates from day one. Baking and meal prep is surprisingly accessible. If you specialize, vegan cookies, gluten-free bread, prep smoothie packs, you can sell directly through Instagram DMS and local Facebook groups. Startup costs are under $100, and cottage food laws allow home kitchen sales in most states. Handyman services and lawn care are booming in 2026 as homeowners increasingly outsource maintenance. You can start with $200 to $500 in basic tools. The smart play: focus on senior-friendly services, changing light bulbs, mounting televisions, gutter cleaning. It's high demand, low competition work. Now let's talk creative goods and high-margin physical products. Thrift flipping is a classic for a reason. With $100 in initial inventory, you can resell on Depop, eBay, Poshmark, or Facebook Marketplace. The 2026 sweet spots are vintage sportswear, Y2K aesthetics, and what people are calling grandpa core, chunky knits, old cardigans, leather loafers. Learn to spot high-value textiles and authentic labels, and you can see triple-digit ROI on a single item. Candle and soap making runs $50 to $200 to start, and the math is beautiful. High perceived value, low material cost, and seasonal scents drive gifting sales all year. Plus, TikTok process videos, pouring wax, cutting soap, have high viral potential and serve as free advertising. Handmade goods and upcycling works on almost zero budget if you start with items you already own. Refurbished furniture, reupholstered chairs, thrift flip clothing alterations, all of it sells. And you can learn upholstery or furniture refinishing over a weekend on YouTube. Photography and videography, done hyperlocal, can start with just your smartphone. Small businesses are desperate for short-form video content for TikTok and Reels. Realtors need listing photos. Families want candid day-in-the-life sessions. Offer 24-hour turnaround for events, and you can command double the usual rate. Now for the future-proof side of things, AI-enabled services that are wide open right now. Mid-size AI implementation specialists help small businesses install, configure, and train custom systems like Salesforce Einstein, Adobe Firefly, or open-source models. Companies are buying expensive AI tools and then realizing nobody on staff knows how to use them. That's your in. Startup costs are under $300, and contract rates run $75 to $150 an hour. Prompt engineering and AI workflow consulting is even cheaper to enter, under $100 for tool subscriptions. You're designing precise prompts that get ChatGPT, Claude, or Midjourney to output actually usable work. Marketing agencies, e-commerce brands, and content creators waste hours on bad AI outputs. You fix that. And if you want credentials, Carnegie Mellon, UPenn, and MIT now offer AI ethics and prompting certifications ranging from $49 to $299. AI ethicist or content moderator might sound futuristic, but it's here. Companies are terrified of unregulated technology, privacy violations, copyright infringement, biased outputs. They need someone to review training data, audit policy documents, and ensure client-facing AI stays within ethical guardrails. Startup costs are $0 to $500 for certification, and the income is high-end consulting fees on retainer. Custom workflow automation is another low-cost entry. With Zapier or Make.com subscriptions under $200, you can connect to clients' disconnected software, CRM, email, billing, so data flows automatically. Your value proposition is simple. I save you 10 hours a week of manual data entry. And finally, low-capital e-commerce and reselling. Textbook and gadget flipping is pure timing. Buy used textbooks from graduating students in May and June. Sell them in August and September for triple the price. Electronics arbitrage, iPads, gaming consoles, works year-round. Startup costs run $50 to $200, and platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and eBay are free to list. Niche affiliate content creation requires exactly $0. Just time and 1,000 engaged followers on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. Commissions run up to 30% per sale, and US affiliate spend reached nearly $10 billion in 2023. The 2026 edge? Faceless channels. BookTok accounts, stock market updates, gaming compilations, all monetized through Amazon Associates and Audible, all without ever showing your face. So here's the bottom line on all 15. If you want cash today, go local, car detailing, pet sitting, cleaning, baking. If you want a creative outlet, try thrift flipping, candles, upcycling, or soap. If you want high-tech future income, look at AI implementation, prompt engineering, or workflow automation. If you want scalable e-commerce, niche affiliate sites or textbook flipping can scale far beyond your initial time investment. $500 is actually more than enough for most of these. The barrier was never really capital. It's picking one, and then executing for 30 days. So, which one feels like you? Tell us what you're already good at. 24 months from now, someone who started a car detailing business with a bucket and a vacuum is going to have a six-figure company. Someone who listed their first resume template on Etsy for $9 is going to have a passive income stream that funds their actual life. Someone who learned how to prompt Midjourney better than the average user is going to be charging agencies $200 an hour. And none of them had more money than you have right now. So the question isn't whether $500 is enough. It's whether you're ready to be the person who starts. If you are, tell me in the comments which of these 20 actually scared you a little. Not which one sounded fun. Which one made you think, wait, I could actually do that. Because that one. That's the one. I'll see you in the next video.